We welcome you to the Jab, the John A. Bagoli Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Gardner Area High School. As Muncie Media Sports brings you high school basketball. Big girls matchup here as top teams in Class A North and South go into basketball battle. Hello, I'm Rob Munzing. I'm joined here by Gary Verhill, Dick Layton on our stats, Evan Grady doing our camera work, Chris Wheeler sending the production to all the ships at sea. Well, a special day here from the John A. Bagoli Memorial Gymnasium, or as we're going to start to call it, Gary, the Jab.
The Jab.
The Jab. Jam the Jab. Well, it's jammed today, Gary, as we just saw a very exciting finish to a JV game. The Gardner Tigers remain undefeated in JV ball as they went off against a very good JV team for Mount Ararat. Two of the premier programs going on here, and they'll match up in the varsity level as well, Gary. We're going to take a look here as the teams get set to come in. A little light show action going to be going on. I think they're going to dim the lights, and we came on early so that we would have that. The JV game running a little late, so we didn't hit our 12:30 launch as the game went very late here. So getting ready for the light show. And here come the Tigers. So as we said, Gary Verhill joining me here. Gary's back well after having a bout of COVID and able to respond to treatment and got the blessing of his doctor, Leanne Verhill, to be here today and all set to go, Gary. Glad to have you back here.
Yeah.
We thank Dick for filling in the other night. And you've come back to what's I'm calling pop and circumstance and basketball battle. We got two things going on here today. We, of course, have Lizzie Gruber going for 1,000 points. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, let's take a look at this game. We'll take a look first at the Mount Ararat Eagles here as they come in, a very, very good team in Class A South.
Yeah, Rob, they come in number one in that Southern Class A division with an 8-1 record. Their only loss coming to Falmouth, a 49-37 loss. So, coached by Julie Petrie. One remarkable thing about this Mount Ararat team, they have no seniors on their roster. They're playing with strictly 90% freshman and sophomore rosters. So this they've got a lot to look forward to next year also. But let them finish this year and see where they end up. They're going to a couple of the sophomore guards are Kylie Pomelo and 5'11 freshman Juliana Allen. Those are a couple names you'll hear Rob call as we battle through this one. They have a well-balanced offense. No real big height on the team, so the Tigers should be able to control them boards most of the game, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, that's one of the things that Mike Gray taught you about, interview that we will run shortly. So we'll take a look at the Mount Ararat Eagles. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll come back. We'll look at the Gardner Tigers when we come back after these messages. Elliott Office Products is a family-owned business that has been around since 1985. Grampy Charlie started the business as a service technician, and it has evolved into a full-servicing printing company. From simple copies to full logo design, we offer it all under one roof. Located in Farmingdale, Maine, we are at the heart of many different communities. We love assisting new and existing customers with any of their printing needs. Stop by, call, email, or send us a message on Facebook. We would love to help.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-1105.
We're back here at the John A. Bagoli Memorial Gymnasium as we're going to start calling it the Jab, Gary. Fill the Jab, and we've jammed the Jab here today as John Bagoli would be very pleased with this crowd. A throwback crowd, Gary, back to kind of how games used to be packed in here. It's a keynote game here across the state of Maine. Let's take a look at the Gardner Tigers, undefeated on the season.
Yeah, Rod, they're coming in here with a 9-0 record, coming off a big win the other night. Comparable games that these two have had is Camden and Morse, and Gardner beat Camden 55-32. Mount Ararat beat them 60-33. Gardner beat Morse 62-20, and Mount Ararat beat Morse 55-22. Very comparable stats for both teams by about the same margin.
Yeah.
Mount Ararat comes in here playing in that Southern Division, which we know very little about other than the strength of the teams down there at Mount Ararat and Brunswick. We've seen Gardner can put the points on the board, and tonight we're here today probably to celebrate, not probably, because we're going to celebrate the 1,000th point by Lizzie Gruber, who undoubtedly in 71 years of my history here at Gardner High School, I've never seen a girl athlete control a sport here at the varsity level like Lizzie has done the last 4 years.
Seeing Lizzie across the way there, meeting with the captains and officials, and Coach Mike Gray might be able to go into that. Actually, as we have Mike mic'd up down there. Let's see what we can pick up from down there, Gary.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. This might be my last game.
Dave Parker is speaking right now to both teams.
The trainer right here. Yeah, she's right on the end.
Well, can't really pick up Dave that well, but this game's in good hands here with Dave Parkhurst on board here. So talking about the Gardner Tigers, one of the things, Gary, and I think we'll go to it right now, is you had a chance to talk to Coach Mike Gray about this game, what will be coming up here, and a little bit about Lizzie's milestones that she'll reach. Why don't we take a look at Mike Gray, head coach of the Gardner Tigers.
Good afternoon. We're here at the John A. Brigoli Memorial Gymnasium with a contest between the Gardner area Tigers, #1 in the north, and the Mount Ararat Eagles in the south. I'm here with Coach Mike Gray, and we want to talk with him about what he sees happening in this upcoming game and how he's been preparing for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Coach.
You know, we know they're a really strong team. They've got really good guard play. They're young. They have a lot of kids who can score. You'll see that they're going to play a lot of kids. They get up and down the floor in a hurry. I really like their guards. Kelly Pomerlow has been playing really well for them. They're a dangerous team, and it's not a surprise that they're coming in at 8-1. You know, they're playing really well, and we're going to have to, our guards especially, are going to have to be ready for tonight.
I'm amazed at how young this team is from Mount Ararat, and how they are. Of course, they haven't faced a couple of their big foes down in the south, Brunswick.
But they will this week. They have a big week ahead of them starting today. So.
Yeah, so and a young team. As you'll see, most of these girls are sophomores and freshmen.
Yeah.
And they do not have a lot of height, right?
No, they have, you know, kind of a normal height girls team. You know, I think that's something that we have working at our advantage today, as most nights. So we're going to, you know, try to make that effort to pound the ball inside to Lizzie and Taylor and make things happen from there.
How's the girls? Any injuries or anything?
No, we're pretty healthy right now. I think we're through the sickness bug that's been hitting everybody. And these girls, you know, we've had a couple good practices now, and they're ready and excited for everything we've got going today.
For those of you who might wonder, this is Coach Gray's 19th season.
19.
Right? Yeah, boy, seems just like yesterday. That makes me and Rob think we're young.
Exactly.
I remember the day.
So, not Dick, though. He's still young.
No, Dick's not. So I want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And especially for the rest of the season. And
yeah, so thank you. And, you know, today will be exciting with Lizzie getting to her 1,000 points hopefully today and reaching the 1,000 rebound point a couple nights ago. You know, we're really excited for her. It's a great opportunity, and it should be just a fun day all the way around.
Yeah. Well,
so,
thank you very much for talking, and good luck to Lizzie.
Thank you.
The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR-20 and experience the Cirrus life. We're back here at the Jab, the John A. Bergoli Memorial Gymnasium. Rob, Gary, Dick here on the call. Evan doing our camera, Chris on the production here, as you're seeing our end zone camera here under the baseline here that we set up here to give you another view today. Special game here today. Special game for a young lady who is a terrific basketball player and a better person, Lizzie Gruber. Lizzie's stats up here on this. You see it right now, 1,000 plus rebounds, 994 points. She's headed off to St. Joseph's in Philadelphia, Division I scholarship athlete. She plays 3 sports, a throwback, Gary, to the old type of student athlete. She plays basketball, volleyball, all-state volleyball player, lacrosse in the spring, and she's an honor roll student. And as I said, a better person than she is an athlete. She's a terrific role model for a lot of the young people here in our community, and she's going to celebrate a milestone here. We went back and did some research yesterday. We were able to find Lizzie's very first points of her career. We'll get her 1,000 point today. Let's take a look, and this is a benefit of Charlie and Penny Crockett, who do the games down at Camden Hills High School for the Maine Coast TV. Well, wasn't that something there to be able to find that again? We want to thank Charlie and Penny Crockett. Charlie been doing radio back down the mid-coast all the way back into the 60s, Hall of Famer, just a legend, Gary. And we thank Charlie and Penny for having that clip that we're able to use here. And then we went back and we looked at one of our games back here, the second game of Lizzie's freshman season. And we have Lizzie's very first basket here at the Jab. Out high. This is Drossel. Got it nice inside move. Of Gruber. Gruber for 2. That was a very familiar move, Gary. We've seen that move. I don't know how many times here at the Jab, and certainly congratulations to Lizzie on a great career here. But she'll be the first to tell you that it's all about team, and these kids have been playing together since they were little kids. And you know, we've had a lot of fun covering these ladies as they came on the scene as freshmen. Gary and I were able to say, hey, this is going to be a pretty special group. Well, they're pretty special right here. They're also facing a team that's almost their mirror image from a year or so ago, a young team, as you said, in Mount Ararat, who likes to get up and down the floor. We talked to Coach Gray about that, and he mentioned it in the interview, Gary, that you know, Mount Ararat likes to go, and the Tigers are going to go with them. He thinks a big advantage, and this will be no mystery to any of you that have watched Gardner basketball. Tigers will have an advantage in the post. Yeah, they will, and also underneath the boards. Tigers will match up underneath, and I'm really not going to have anybody to worry about for the Mount Ararat Eagles, with the closest one, Juliana Allen, a 5'11" freshman. At the forward position, but she's going to have to get in there with Lizzie Gruber and
Tay Takatsu and battle underneath the boards.
Yeah, of course, Taylor is just a perfect complement to Lizzie. So we have Coach Gray mic'd down on the floor. We also have Josh Jenkins mic'd. So we got two mics down on the floor today. As we tried to do this is a special game. We tried to do it up a little special for everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. And we'll get down to the floor here very shortly. We may hear Mike and Josh as we have them on one system.
Controlling our emotions and using them for the
Here's
positive.
Coach in the huddle.
Right? Control your emotions, under control, and play the way we are capable of. Okay? We come out, we play our game. When she gets 4 points, which she probably will, we will celebrate. And then we move on. Okay? Then we take care of business. We have to come out and play our game and show everyone what we can do.
This is awesome.
This is what February is going to feel like. It's great that we're getting this opportunity now. Just come out and play our game. 24. Everyone's going to know we've got to make sure we have help. We've got to make sure we're containing. If everyone plays to contain, we are good. 3, 1, 11, 32. Okay? Get the ball inside, start. Establish inside, then everything else will come from there. Here we go. Hey,
and welcome to the
ready.
Gymnasium for today's KVAC matchup between the visiting Eagles of Mount Ararat and your Gardner
You want
Tigers.
Ginger to hit the horn when she got the... Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Something important happening today as well. Anyone who is heckling officials or otherwise complaining about officials' calls, yelling at opposing players, fans, spectators, or displaying poor sportsmanship may be asked to leave.
Or walking across the floor before the game's over to leave. That happened last game.
Yeah, that could happen.
And the officials officiate. Before introducing the players, I would like to take a moment to thank our officials.
Let's show the
Across the
officials.
state of Maine, there is a shortage of officials in every sport. We are grateful for the officials that we have today. Without them, there would be no event for our kids. If you are interested in becoming an official, please speak to your school's athletic director. Thank you. And now, the starters for the visiting Eagles of Mount Ararat. Number 1, Kennedy Lampert. Number 3, Avery Beal. Number 11, Juliana Allen.
Good luck.
Number 24, Callie
Good
Pomerlo.
luck.
And number 32, Kaylee Wag. Mount Ararat is coached by Julie Petrie and assisted by Morgan Ruff and Ashley
Good luck.
Griffin. And now, the starters for your Gardner Tigers. Number 14, Taylor Takatsu. Number 21, Savannah Brown. Number 22, McKenna Johnson. Number 23, Megan Gallagher. And number 44, Lizzie Gruber. Gardner is coached by Mike Gray and assisted by Brittany Giro and Kristen Frey. The officials for today's game are Mr. David Parkhurst and Mr. Eddie Crawford.
Awesome atmosphere.
At this time, would you all please stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Gardner area high school student Maddie Inman.
So Maddie Inman going to sing the anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through
What a beautiful job by Maddie Inman on the national anthem.
Let's play our game, all right? Play with emotion, play smart. Contain on defense. It's all about defense first. Let's go. Team on three. 1, 2, 3.
Here and coach with final instructions. I think his words to the team about the emotion of today's game is keep your emotions under check.
Right, I think
it's a really good piece of advice by coach. And
the girls all seem to be fairly calm.
well, it's a veteran team. I mean, they've been tournament bound for a couple of years, and you know, this moment didn't sneak up on them.
Right.
I think everybody was pretty sure that Lizzie was going to get, you know, 1,000 points. So
we knew this before the season started, that this day would come.
1,000 rebounds the other night. So she's 1,000 plus on rebounds. We'll keep track of it here for you.
You know, I'd like to throw in and add in, Rod, that she's got 1,000 points, and I think probably 925 from inside the three-point line. There's no three-pointers in them 1,000.
Yeah, this is an old-fashioned 1,000 points, isn't it? Amy Stilfen, the only... I'm not Amy Stilfen. And there's two right out of the gate.
And that was a typical 2 of 1,000 right there.
Yeah, it was Amy Stilfen is the other 1,000-point scorer.
Personal foul, first team foul. Lizzie Gruber shooting 1.
So a chance to get it quickly here. You heard Coach say they wanted to go right inside, Gary, and they did.
Yeah, I mean, they dominate in heights and that.
Yeah, this is a small, fast Mount Ararat team. They've played well for a young team so far this season. They're very happy with that progress. They've got a test today, and they've still got 2 games against a very good Brunswick team. Foul called here by Dave Parkhurst.
You got to wonder if maybe their weapon is the offensive press full court after a basket, and we're going to have to see that as soon as they score.
Just underway. Lizzie's with 3 points. Needs another bucket. Like to see it come on one of her patented moves, Gary.
Yeah.
Kennedy Lambert out front. She's running point here for the Eagles. Almost stolen by Gallagher. Good defender. Gallagher gets back in the play quickly. Down along the baseline, out of bounds. That went off Juliana Allen.
No, it looks like Ararat's going full court man-to-man. I thought they might put a little pressure down here at the other end.
Got to think the ball's going to, this offensive set's likely going to go through Gruber. They try to get it down inside, but McKenna Johnson fouled. Inbound here. They'll get it to Gruber, tipped away, stays Gardner basketball. Mount Ararat got the dark numbers with the dark uniforms, so take us a while to be able to see those. Outside, comes into Gruber, stolen away. Eagles swoop in.
Great job by Tay.
Takatsu with a good defensive play. She's a great defender. That's Wag. And player control foul. Off the books play that you see a lot of with Taylor Takatsu. Does a lot of those little things, Gary. Very high basketball IQ. Very high athletic IQ for Taylor. She's another 3-sport athlete. A bunch of them here in Tiger Town in the ladies department. Gruber. Lizzie's looking for another point. They dish it into her. That's it! 1,001 points for Lizzie Gruber. Lizzie's done it, and she didn't waste any time as she comes out, gets the first 5 points of the game. Let's go downstairs. We'll pick up Mike Gray. They're going to have an award ceremony, a brief one. Lizzie getting hugs. What a moment. Nate Stubbard over.
We would like to take just a quick minute. if we could get Dave and Andrea out here, we'd like to take a second.
Parents are coming out.
Quickly recognize Lizzie's accomplishments. On Tuesday night, she reached her 1,000th career rebound. And just now, that was her 1,000th career point. She's only the second girl in school history to reach the point mark, and she's the first girl in school history to have reached 1,000 rebounds. And we want to take a minute to recognize that and congratulate her on her accomplishments. Thank you.
Standing ovation at the jab.
I got my trying to hold back my tears.
Geez, I know I'm getting a little emotional, Gary, I have to say.
And then
47 years in Tiger Town for me.
move
And
behind them.
Lizzie is one of a kind, Gary. She's one of a kind. She's a tremendous role model for the young kids. Mature beyond her years. Don't forget, she had a medical scare her freshman year. Coach wants to jump in as he should.
And then we'll do everything else after the game. I'm really proud of you, kid. Thank you.
Well, Lizzie took charge out of the get-go.
Really, thank you. Thank you.
Coach Gray extending a thank you to the Eagles.
Play some defense. Let's go.
Now he's right back into coaching
Here we go.
mode. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Here it is. We've got it. We'll be playing this replay for a while. The inside pass, Lizzie up off the glass. And I'm glad she did it on one of her patented moves. Great assist, Taylor Takatsu. And now we play ball. So Chris will update the scoreboard to 5-0. Tigers with a good start. Brown was ahead. They didn't get her. You got to watch Brown because Savvy will get out ahead. Here comes Johnson with it. She's going to bring it back, lose it out of bounds. It'll be Eagles basketball. Well, we'll bring Dick's mic up too as well. And 1-2. You've seen a lot of games in this gym. Pretty special there for Lizzie. Takatsu with another steal. Taylor having a big effect on this game early on, Gary.
Yeah, as we thought.
Johnson kicks it back outside to Brown on the swoop. Brown inside, kicks it back outside. Only Lizzie could get that one. She's going to take a three. Go off the iron. Takatsu bangs for the board. She's got it underneath. Tigers will need to get Taylor out, and she does. They get another chance. Takatsu rebound. She goes in. Gets it to Gruber, and bang, bang, wall of bang, bang inside, but nothing called there.
Looked like a little NBA play underneath there.
We can go to Dick, and Dick will tell you. High score in the game so far, Dick? Lizzie Gruber with 5.
5-0.
Tigers back outside now. Now we play basketball, Gary. Inside to Gruber, and she'll be fouled inside. Mount Ararat is finding themselves where a lot of small, quick teams find them. They're playing as the Lilliputans to Lizzie's Giant.
Yeah, they're going to have a real tough time today inside. We thought they might. I thought they might come back with some shooting from the outside, but we haven't seen that yet.
Tigers have been playing pretty good defense out of the gate. Well, Lizzie left no doubt that she was going to come out and take charge of this. And I'm sure if we get a chance, we're going to try to talk to Lizzie after the game. We didn't want to bother before the game, but we'll talk to her after the game, Gary, go down, get her post-game. But I'm sure she's going to say, Gary, the fact that she just wanted that over with so they could play ball. So
That's exactly what
she's thinking
say,
team
right?
first. There's a rejection underneath by Gruber. Pomelo went up, and you heard Coach Gray. He's got a lot of respect for the freshman, for the sophomore Pomelo. Said we got to watch another block by Gruber. We never asked about how many blocks she would have had in her career, but I'm sure there's quite a few of them. Lambert kept it alive for the outside shot. Gruber goes up, doesn't get the rebound. Pomelo's inside. She'll put it up and in. Callie Pomelo, she's their leading scorer.
Eagles get on the board here with 4:33 left.
I was reading about Mount Ararat in the local newspapers, Press Herald, and Pomelo's had some big games, high-scoring games. Inside to Gruber, she's underneath by herself, went up. Good deflection there and a block underneath by Beal, but out of bounds off the Eagles.
If any one of you are wondering the enrollment at Mount Ararat High School, it's around 720 students.
So they're one of the bigger ones, and
Yes.
Gary will have some news on what's going to happen with the realignment next year.
Gardner runs about 620.
They'll be in different divisions, and we don't know how the crossover games are going to play. And they're going to try to match teams up by competitiveness. You'd like to play 4 times against a team like Mount Ararat if you're the Tigers, because it gets your tourney ready, and the same with the Eagles. Gruber with the block, and going to get called on the foul on the follow.
That's going to go on Taylor Takatsu. Only her first.
Oh, it's on Takatsu, okay.
So the Eagles are settling in here now.
Well, you got to think they got caught up in the emotion of it as well. And Gruber adds to her 1,000-plus rebounds with that. Takatsu holds outside. Tigers looking to settle in. Gallagher looking to launch. She does, won't go. Brown's chasing on the rebound, went off Savvy out of bounds. Glad he could join us here. We know there's lots going on, but boy, we got one of our higher viewed games so far. We got a lot of people watching on Facebook and on Boxcast. Put it up on your big screen TV. Go to your Roku player or Apple TV, App Store, download the Boxcast app, search Munson Media, Bingo, Bango, Bongo. You're on 56 or 70-inch TV. Held outside now. That was Allen with it. Allen's got the basket. And I think you're right, Gary. It's starting to settle down, and that time Avery Beal took it to the hole. 3:21 left here, first quarter. Utilizing our new baseline camera. Looks really sharp. Hope you're liking that. Gives us a good view for free throws. And underneath action. That's a stationary camera. We got some skinny people here, but nobody that could fit in around the baseline to do it. It's a dangerous place down there. So Evan would probably be our best choice there. He could do it. So we'll get that hung up on the wall. We'll give you a shot of it sometime with this camera upstairs, show you where it is. But not right now as we cover the play here. Comes Johnson with it. 2 cameras match up nicely, which is important to me. 7-6. So both teams with 6-point runs. Gruber's going to stop, pop off. It won't go. Tigers will keep the possession. So Mount Ararat, as you said, settled in. They come back 7-6. Now we get now the focus is on the game between the top teams in the north and the south. Underneath to Johnson. She goes up, won't go. Gruber the rebound. Lizzie goes up, drops it home. 7 points for Lizzie. Right side now. Lambert got into the corner. And swinging around back outside to Allen. Allen on Takatsu. Pomelo looking to go, got cut off with some good defense. Lambert, Tigers with some good help, and McKenna Johnson with the steal. But it was Emily Brown with the initial good defense, left side. Gallagher thought about it. Takatsu holds now. They'll come right out on Gallagher as they know she's a 3-point shooter. They'll loop it inside to Gruber, but he's on her. Tigers move it quickly, spin it around to Gallagher. Gallagher gets a pick, steps outside for the 3, puts it up, won't go. Gruber on the rebound gets fouled.
We have 3 people on top of her there on that rebound.
Well, you got to like what Mount Ararat's doing. They're feistying up, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're very feisty.
In the MPA heel points, this is a matchup between 1 and 1. In the main basketball rankings, which kind of uses the correct formula, Mount Ararat is actually number 2. If you want a site that's got a lot of basketball information, main basketball rankings, fantastic. That was offline by Nichols. Comes Mount Ararat. Dipped ahead, stolen away by the Tigers. Turnovers factor. We'll get that from Dick when we get a second. Kicked out to Gruber. She's got a 3 lined up. Going to be a little shot. Kept alive and thrown out. They'll let that contact go. That's a good non-call. Kelly Pomelo wants to launch. All had a good line on it. Lampert, rebound. And a chance for a finish by Willis, but didn't get it home. 9-6 Tigers. Nichols chases it down out of bounds. So Tigers a little ragged here. They get off to the great start. Went up 6-0. 6-0 run for Mount Ararat.
Megan Gallagher coming back into the game.
So look at Gallagher. Megan's only had the one shot. But as we saw the other night, Megan can go off like a Central Maine Pyrotechnics show shot by Chris Wheeler. Inside now. Jackson in the game. She goes in. Gruber's picks her pocket. Looks down floor. The fast break wasn't there. Mount Ararat did a good job getting back. Nichols. Gruber spins. Gruber comes through. Kick back outside to Nichols. She's got one launched. Won't go. Rebound, Emily Brown. Back outside. They come right out on Gallagher. As the scouting report tells Jackson, she's a 3-point shooter, so she comes out. Kicked across. Nickel inside. To Gruber. Bangs her way home for 2.
What a move.
(11-6). We're down under 30 seconds. Fast moving first quarter. Spun around the perimeter there into the corner from Willis. It goes. Tigers have been feisty up on the defense and technical called, I believe, right,
yeah.
Gary?
It looked like it, but I'm not sure what it was for.
Yeah.
20.
So coach is going to call him over here. See what Mike's got to talk about during the free throw. Let's listen.
This is us controlling emotions, us playing our game. These things aren't all going to go easy at once. We're having to fight for possessions. We have to keep working. We have to keep our focus.
There you go. In the huddle with Coach Mike Gray. So I think it was linguistics. Illegal use of linguistics down on the floor, Gary, I think on that.
That can happen.
They went against Pomelo. She's been a little frustrated with the Tigers' defense. Dick's got some information. Go ahead, Dick.
She's got all 13 points.
Who does?
Lizzie.
That's a good start.
Sure. Lizzie 13.
Wow.
Mount Ararat 6.
Well, we want to thank you all for watching. Again, we want to thank Charlie and Penny Crockett. Their production for Camden Hills gave us a chance to find Lizzie's very first points of her career, and we want to thank you all for your donations. Why don't we show them the camera down at the baseline, Chris, as we run this donation thing, because folks' donation paid for that camera down along the baseline in underneath right there. We're able to purchase that camera to enhance our coverage through your generous donations. And I'll tell you, if you make a donation to us, we'll put it towards better production. So we're back in action here. Back outside now. Gallagher trying to shake loose. She does. She puts a runner up. Right around the Rosie and in.
Megan's first 2 of the game.
At the buzzer, won't go. So the Tigers off to a 15-6 first quarter lead here from the John A. Begoliers. We're now calling it the Jab. We're back to the Jab for more basketball after these messages. Pride, tradition, and excellence are long-standing hallmarks of Gardner Tigers athletics. Burke's Roofing and Masonry is likewise proud of our tradition of excellence. Our team of professional roofing contractors has more than 40 years of combined experience, as well as the training and knowledge to get the job done right the first time. We are proud to be a second-generation family-owned and operated business. Call us today for all your roofing and masonry needs. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. Here's the fifth coach, Andrea Creamer. Back across the way. Second quarter action underway, held outside now by Jackson. The difference in this game, Gary, really has been the Tigers really stifling defense. Little travel, get it underneath. Jackson did.
Yeah,
don't you think? I mean,
yeah,
this is a high-scoring team. We're in Mount Ararat. Held the 6 points in the quarter. Yeah, and they get out to fast starts, I think you mentioned.
Yeah, they do. If you look back at their games, the first quarter's been the big scoring quarter of a game with them. And they kind of got their hands handcuffed here against the Tigers.
Weak side rebound. Nichols back up and in off the Gruber. Well, the whole defense went to Lizzie, and that made the weak side rebound right in the hands of Taryn Nichols, and she'll cash it back in. Tigers got Nichols in the game. They've also got Emily Grady in the game. Oh. Second chance powered in, up and not in by Allen, but she took it right inside to the teeth of the defense. And that Tiger defense remains solid. And with Mount Ararat not shooting great, Gary, they've been one and done a lot.
They're really having a hard time offensively. They play a good defensive game.
Brown a little hard on the runner. Underneath, rebound. Godo came down with it ahead. It comes in here to Jackson. Jackson to leg it in.
Yeah,
fast break.
That's the Mount Ararat game right there. That fast break.
17-8. Mind you, our clock is not official. Chris is doing a million things over there. Sometimes the clock will get out of sync. We're not tied in.
I noticed that the other night.
Yeah, we can't always do everything. We've only got one guy running the production, so we always tell you he'll catch up to it. Sometimes you'll see the clock still ticking during a dead ball as Chris catches up. The scoreboard here at Gardner is from like 1942, so we can't tie into it. It's some strange scoreboard. Held back underneath now. Kenny's got it. She'll skip it back outside here to Beal. Beal launches. Sure. He is up. Takatsu. Gallagher's got a look. That's deadly usually. She's just on the back iron. Carver in the game now as well. Brown back ahead on the defense. And what a play by Brown. Savvy Brown.
Wow. That's how you defend a layup like that. Full court. Without going into the body of the person laying it up.
Well, you put your head down and you run to the spot. Right, Gary?
It's a technique.
Watch it right here.
You notice she wasn't on the body of the Mount Ararat player. She had an angle that allowed her to put that arm in there and slap that ball out.
Hearing from Bernard Lovewell, saying how proud the grandparents are of Lizzie. Want to thank the Lovewells for their fine donation. Just came in. I think we added it to the list, Mr. and Mrs. Lovewell. Thank you very, very much for your kind donation. Glad we could send this across the pond.
Yeah. Got a message that he's going to be here for the senior night.
That's fantastic.
Wanted to meet you, Rob.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Rob's got a game up at UMA that night, so Gary and Dick will be doing that game. Runner home. Good finish that time by Pomelo. Can see why she's one of the leading scorers on the Eagles. Inside it comes to Takatsu, goes up immediately, never put the ball down and got fouled. So Taylor, a good foul shooter, will go to the free throw line.
Let me remind you that this Mount Ararat team does not have a senior on their roster.
Kind of like the Tigers, remember a year or so ago? I mean, they were very young for a couple of years, and young and talented. That's a good combination, young and talented.
Boy, I want to give Brittany Giro some credit. Well, that JV team is just rolling.
What a JV game we had.
Yeah.
We should have come on and come at the end of that game, but we were doing 4,000 things. You know, we had some special segments that we were trying to roll out for this game, so we had to get all those ready.
Those girls continued to stay undefeated, and Brittany pulled out a tight one for them. So keep it rolling. Freshman team undefeated also. So things are looking good here at Gardner High School in the basketball program.
Mount Ararat.
How many, Dick?
6 turnovers.
6 turnovers, yeah. Takatsu's caused a lot of them. Back outside to Emily Brown. She's going to get it to Takatsu. Carver in the game now inside. Gallagher's going to launch one. That just off the rim. Nice rebound underneath. The Gallagher puts it up and in. I think it was Carver who was fighting underneath and made the...
It was Taylor.
It was Taylor Takatsu.
Yeah.
Okay, they were both under there. We'll take a look at that. Taylor with another off-the-books play. I mean, she's got about 6 of those so far in this game.
What was interesting, she looked out underneath there and knew exactly who was going to be where they were. That's why the layup looked so easy.
Beal got it right side. On the take now is Willis. She goes up, gets fouled.
That's going to be on Tay. That's her second, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, second on Takatsu. Here's that play, Gary, right here.
Yeah, watch her almost look for somebody knowing where they're going to be in that alley, and she just lays that up. Beautiful, beautiful job by McKenna Johnson.
No, it was Gallagher on that one, Gary.
The
I think, was it? Oh, it was McKenna, okay. Should have known by the left-handed put-up. You're right, Gary.
I know. I've got glasses.
I mean, you're back on. You're back on the what? What are you back on again here? You're taking your.
Oh, I broke down.
Memory juice?
No, I did order a new one last week. I got to go back on it.
Stolen away. Tigers a little lax. Good job by the Eagles, and they'll cash. Oh, won't cash it in.
Oh, where'd she come from?
Emily Brown swoops in. She came swooping like a wasp. Gruber back in, kicks it to the corner. Nichols. They'll come out on Nichols. She's a good three-point shooter. Nichols in the paint to Carver.
Ooh.
Into Gruber. Gruber goes up, gets fouled.
Yeah. That's going to go against Elena Willis, I believe, number 5.
So that was Johnson on that basket, Dick, just to make sure sometimes I know you listen to what I say, and 99.9% of the time, according to my wife, Beth, I'm right.
According to my wife, 99% of the time I'm wrong. According to her.
Well, Gary came here today after a little bout of COVID, gave me a note from Leanne that said Gary is allowed out. He may do the game. So that was good to get, Gary. Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate it. She trusts you, Rob.
Yeah, I know. 23-11. Pomelo.
She's got 15.
15 for Gruber. The take by Pomelo, she'll get fouled here. So. You know, I think everybody, Gary, just to address the elephant in the gym, with Lizzie going down to Morse the other night and, not scoring the 1,000-point down there. Look what we have here.
Yeah,
I mean, that was absolutely the correct thing to do. Coach Gray communicated with the Morse people down there, explained the situation. They were 100% on board. Lizzie played a fair amount of that game, just didn't shoot. And, it worked out to have a special moment. After all we have been through with the COVID stuff, to have a community day like this where we pack the gym, 2 terrific basketball teams, gosh.
You're right, Rob. I'll have to say.
Bring a tear to the old guy right here.
Yeah.
You've been coming to this gymnasium since you were a freshman in high school back in, 1966 or
65.
65. And 10 years later, I showed up on the scene. Grady's going to travel. So you and I have spent a lot of time in this gym, and I got to tell you, this is one of the special moments in this gymnasium in all the years.
It's so nice to bring this back. If I go back in the day in my mind, this would be a typical night for a Gardner basketball game with the community. Now other things with televising and all that stuff. the crowds have slacked off. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's probably 800 or 900 people in this gym right now. And if you want a seat, don't bother coming because there's none left.
Wag got it knocked out of bounds. We're waxing philosophically here a little bit more than we normally do because kind of a special occasion here. Pomelo on the take, that deflect away, and that good Tiger defense to hold this high-powered team to 12 points so far, Gary.
Yeah, I'm shocked because this isn't the way I scooped them out.
Nichols going to pop from the corner. Good take. Good job by the Eagles underneath. Wag kicks it back outside now. Pomelo way downtown. Willis tried to run it down and couldn't do it.
And that's about all Mount Ararat's got left to do. They've got to start shooting from the outside because they're not going to beat the Tigers inside.
So we get timeout on the floor. We'll take the break. 2:40 left here. We're back. We'll be back to the jab after this.
Coaches and athletes know that teamwork is the key to success. At the Gosline Insurance Group, our team is comprised of knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and dedicated agency personnel who are committed to keeping our clients informed and protected. Featuring 9 agencies throughout the area, the Gosline Insurance Group is the largest locally owned independent agency group in Central Maine. As a trusted choice agent, we are dedicated to you and are committed to treating you as a person and not as a policy. This commitment means we will work for you and not the insurance company. So call us today and let our team put you on the path to success.
Taking a look across the way. Let's see what coaches got going in the huddle.
If they're open. We can't stand still. We do these things. We're good. Team, 1, 2, 3.
So here, Coach Gray's final instructions. Lizzie still high scorer in the game, Dick.
15 points.
Dick will have the full halftime recap brought to you by the Gardner All Sports Boosters. And the timeout was to put some pressure on. They'll tip it out of bounds off the hands of Juliana Allen. Allen, just a freshman. As we said, a very young team here for the Eagles. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Let's take the ball out of bounds. Let's do it for Gary.
Inside now to Nichols, back outside. McKenna Johnson floats one home. Pretty right hand for McKenna. Back cut, Pomelo puts it up, no. Ararat looking to tickle the perimeter there. Lambert launches. Good check out underneath by the Tigers. That was Taryn Nichols on the perfect execution. Johnson outside. She just had a beautiful finish. Gets it back outside. Surveys the scene. Gallagher now. Johnson inside to Gruber. Gruber over to Nichols. Nichols looking for some help. She's going to go up left-handed. Floats it up, won't go. Fights for the rebound. And Mount Ararat ball.
Well played game here by both teams, Rob. Not a lot of turnovers.
Dick will have all the turnover action, all the scoring action in about a minute and a half here as we'll go to the Gardner All Sports Boosters. Dick Layton halftime report. Pomelo holds outside. She's got Johnson on her, skips it inside. Here's the Tigers in the passing lane. It was Gallagher on the quick hands. Here comes Megan back outside.
You can tell Mount A's a little frustrated. Can't get the ball inside, and there's another. Gallagher with 3.
Gallagher first 3-point shot of the game. We'll stay right with it here. Cue that one up, and quick timeout across the way by Mount Ararat. Not happy with the rotation on that one. You know, I'm sure they said, hey, listen, 23's a 3-point shooter. Make sure you close out on her. Well, they didn't.
Right.
And Megan knocked it down. Thanks to all the fine folks watching at home. Again, many of you, I'm seeing your names, those who have donated to us, and we really thank you for that. See what Coach is talking about in the huddle.
I'm on it. Hey, I'm on it. No. Okay, yeah. So we're just gonna make sure we're moving the ball. Make sure we're moving the ball. Don't get a foul, please. Play smart. Here we go. Team, 1, 2, 3.
Don't get a foul in the final 58 seconds.
Which is good advice.
Yeah, it'd be the Tigers' 7th foul, Gary, and they don't want to give Mount Ararat anything free.
No need with this lead to be
28-12. It's been the defense of the Tigers. And, of course, the Lizzie Gruber got out of the gate fast and continued in full gallop, did Lizzie.
You can see Mount Ararat struggling on the outside, trying to get into the basket.
There's another strip. Steal. Takatsu. Gruber now. Lizzie, downshift. Benarama goes up. Finds Takatsu. Takatsu goes up, and she got fouled. Well, Lizzie got attacked again by the Lilliputans inside. Takatsu went right to the basket, Gary. Here's where we say that, that great basketball instinct that Taylor has. She and Lizzie are quite play off each other so well. You mentioned that 1,000 times.
Yeah, Taylor's going to miss her next year because she's got some good girls coming up underneath there.
Yeah, Tara Nichols.
Carver's going to be a good one.
Well, Taylor just couldn't quite get her feet figured out there as ends up traveling. Big crowd here. Hope the Gardner All Sports boosters have cooked plenty of food. They were here early. I was here extra early to get everything set up, that baseline camera, get it ready to go. And they were already here getting to work. Nice pass inside by Pomelo, but Gruber came over, got called on the foul.
It's going to be shooting foul.
Don't they know this is Lizzie's special day?
They don't call fouls? So.
They're not supposed to.
No.
Just here first. I think Dick mentioned the other game that Lizzie had played one of the recent games, I think, Dick, and went through the whole game and never had a foul, Dick.
Neither Takatsu either.
Yeah, two great defenders. 8.6 seconds left. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have the highlights of the first half. You might see Lizzie's breaking 1,000 basket again. I kind of think you will.
Okay, here comes
Tigers
the Mount Ararat pressure, which I thought they would have started in the first quarter.
And off the rim, Takatsu almost nailed one. Well, that's going to do it. A good first half for the Gardner Tigers. They go out to a 28-13 lead over the Mount Ararat Eagles. We'll take a break. We'll come back. The Gardner All Sports Boosters halftime report with Dick Layton coming up next.
Brand advisor and CEO of Pliable. Pliable helps high school, college, and professional athletes build their athlete brand. New name, image, and likeness opportunities are a game changer for athletes and for businesses. To learn more about social media marketing and endorsement opportunities for your brand, visit pliablemarketing.com or call 1-707-PLIABLE.
At Randolph Hardware, our game plan is simple. We offer way more than just hardware, but it all starts with a promise. We have what you need and always with a smile. We have a huge selection of paint, plumbing, electrical, and gardening supplies to help you complete simple projects to major home renovations. We also offer a rental center, factory authorized power equipment repair, and the best tool selection around. So stop in today and let the Randolph Hardware team help make your project a winner.
When you choose a financial institution to entrust your hard-earned money to, bigger is not necessarily better. Will you be noticed? Will you be heard? At Gardner Federal Credit Union, our members aren't account numbers, they're our friends and neighbors. Each member has a vote, a voice. What matters to you matters to us. Lending decisions are based not solely on your credit score, but on who you truly are. We work diligently to end hunger. We volunteer in our local schools and throughout the community supporting neighborhood events. We are local people making local decisions, investing in our members and giving back to our communities. Gardner Federal Credit Union, where your money has a voice.
At our firm, we have the client and only the client in mind. Our mission is to get to know and understand your needs, wants, and long-term goals. We want to help you develop, implement, and monitor a strategy that's designed to address your individual situation. We understand the challenges families face today. From managing debt to saving for college to retirement, these personal finance challenges can be overwhelming. Our commitment is to utilize all of our resources to help you pursue your goals. We believe in thinking out of the box, and we are not afraid to challenge conventional wisdom in our approach to financial services and preserving wealth. All of our energy, commitment, and efforts are focused on you, the client, and your satisfaction.
At a family's time of loss, making arrangements with those you know and trust can lessen the burden, so you may better focus on preparations and services. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care's network of long-established, family-managed firms is here for families like yours, providing experienced and compassionate service throughout Central Maine. They are Lowry Brothers and Wheeler Funeral Homes in Fairfield and Oakland, Knowlton and Hewins and Roberts Funeral Homes, serving Augusta and Winthrop, and Staples Funeral Home for families in Gardner, Maine. Each staff is experienced at accommodating the unique needs of the families we serve, as well as pre-arranging services for individuals. All of the Family First locations stay true to our traditions and commitment to the communities we've served for decades. Together, we join with you to celebrate lives well lived. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care, where your family is our family.
Started by the Corliss family in Pittston in 2019, Corliss Gravel Pit offers some of Kennebec County's highest quality gravel products. Located just south of the old Cedar Grove Road, on the right off Route 27, we are committed to providing outstanding products at a fair price. We offer a variety of products for all of your needs. At Corliss Gravel Pit, our loader is always ready and on site. Local deliveries on larger quantities are always available. And we offer discounts on large quantities as needed. We also offer plowing and sanding services during those tough Maine winters.
Corliss Gravel Pit is family owned and operated since 2019, producing Kennebec County's highest quality gravel at a fair price.
So I was heading out today to come over here to the game, and who's in my driveway? Jason Corliss comes over, takes care of my plowing and sanding needs. He was out sanding my driveway as I came over. So if you have any sanding needs, you want to get in touch with Jason. Plowing needs. It is going to snow sometime. We're not quite sure when, but it is going to snow. And if you need plowing in this area, Jason Corliss is your guy to do it. He's dependable, insured, and give Jason a call. We're going to give our Dick Layton a call, Dick, as we come back. A few people are asking me, what the heck is the Jab? J-A-B. Well, that's our new nickname for the John A. Bagoli Memorial Gymnasium, the Jab. We're going to jam the Jab in upcoming games. Let's go to our Dick Layton. Dick?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Ready?
Yes, Dick, we've been ready.
Okay. All right. Two tough teams out there. It was the Lizzie Gruber show in the first half. She got 13 in the first half. She got her 1,000 points early. We'll go to Mount Ararat first. A little tentative out there, I thought, for Mount Ararat. The big scorer, Kelly Palmer, with 5. Henson at 3, Emma Barry 3, 2 for Avery Beal for the 13 points. They had a bunch of turnovers. They had 9 turnovers, and Gardner only had 6. Gardner, as I mentioned, on the other side of the ledger. Lizzie was fantastic out there, getting 13 in the first quarter, 2 more in the second for 15. Megan Gallagher had 7 with a 3, 2 for McKenna Johnson, 4 for Taylor Chikatsu, and I thought Taylor was doing a great job out there balancing.
Yeah, good pickup, Dick.
Lizzie. Nobody in real foul trouble. Taylor does have 2 fouls. Savannah Brown has two fouls. Kenna Johnson 1, Megan Gallagher 1, and on her special night, Lizzie Gruber committed a foul, but she had a bunch of block shots out there and a bunch of rebounds. On the other side of the ledger, Avery Beer with a couple of fouls, 2 for Elena Wills, 2 for Juliana Allen, 1 for Ava Hansen, a couple for 1 for Carrie Pomelo, and 2 for Wall out there. For it was 28-13 lead at halftime for 2 top teams in Maine, Central Maine out there, and a great game so far. Hope it'll continue.
Thank you, Dick. Take a look at the underneath basket. Want to pass along thanks to those who have donated. Just got a recent donation during this game. Want to mention Lennon Harold Gerard with a very generous $100 donation to us. Thank you, Gerard's one of our great fans here in the local area. Well, we're going to take another quick break, but we're going to let this run through so you can see the people that have donated to us here during our seasons beginning in the fall here. We thank them all for their generous donations. We've got some folks from Gardner, folks from Halldale, folks from our colleges that we cover, the UMA and Central Maine Community Colleges, as well as neutral fans who just appreciate our coverage. And we appreciate what you do and all the fine compliments. Always trying to do it at the very top of the of our game as well. And a couple of extra things we added in here today, and it's all worked out pretty well. We've got about 2.5 minutes. Gary Verho will join me back here, and we'll come back to the Jab after this.
Coaches and athletes know that teamwork is the key to success. At the Gosline Insurance Group, our team is comprised of knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and dedicated agency personnel who are committed to keeping our clients informed and protected. Featuring 9 agencies throughout the area, the Gosline Insurance Group is the largest locally owned independent agency group in Central Maine. As a trusted choice agent, we are dedicated to you and are committed to treating you as a person and not as a policy. This commitment means we will work for you and not the insurance company. So call us today and let our team put you on the path to success.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Have you heard about free college?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Recent high school graduates from the classes of 2020, 21, 22, and 23 can attend CMCC for free. The free college scholarship pays 2 years of tuition and mandatory fees. No income or age limits. What are you waiting for? It's free.
Leaving CM with no debt is going to set me up for my future.
Visit cmcc.edu/free for details.
And make them roll over? Or, more likely, are they going to battle us for 32 minutes? It's on us right now. Trust each other, support each other. Bench, I need everyone ready. I need everyone focused, everyone positive. It's going to take every one of us. Let's do this. Let's do this. Team everybody!
Coach Mike Gray laying it on his ladies, saying, hey, listen, the game's in our hand right now. You know, I think probably what Coach is thinking, Gary, is he expects a run by Mount Ararat out of the gate.
That's right, and for himself not to get slack on their play, on their defensive end, and keep up the good teamwork. They've done a great job getting that ball around out front.
Well, the defensive effort, Gary, 13 points against a really top-notch, you know, depending which heel points you use. The MPA heel points got them number 1, the Maine basketball rankings, which uses kind of more the official formula. Got them at number 2, but, you know, they're 1 or 2 top team in Class A South, and you hold them to 13 points in the quarter. That's a tremendous defensive effort.
In the half, yeah.
As they say, defense travels, right, Gary? Can always bring you defense.
That's right.
Tigers with the first possession here, second half. And they'll hit a three. Savvy Brown from downtown. That's the stat that the Tigers were looking for. The rebound by Gruber. She gets feisty up underneath and finally kicks it out to Gallagher. Comes Megan, right side now. Takatsu, Gallagher. All the way across. Takatsu leaves Gallagher open. That's a recipe for disaster if you're the Mount Ararat Eagles. Second three for Megan Gallagher.
And you got to think that's the way the Tigers are going to go this second half.
Megan's up to 10.
Gallagher with 10. You heard Dick. Johnson, Gallagher, they'll come out under there. Takatsu's got an open three. Bombs away, Gruber bounce. A little strong on the finish. Lizzie's down. She bounces right back up. Kennedy Lambert kicks it outside. Going to be a long three here by Beal. Takatsu another board. She muscles up and gets fouled.
Julian Allen reaching in there on Takatsu. And I don't know how many that is on her. I know she could.
Well, that's
number 3, so.
That's a very difficult proposition to wrest the ball away from Taylor Takatsu once she gets her hands on it.
And they're going to have to take Allen out of the game. And
yeah, 3, as Gary told you quickly, for the foul here, picking up. The number 3, that makes her go to the bench. Here comes Takatsu with it. She's out front. One of the neat things, if you're watching the Tigers for the first time, as we know some of the fans may be, as a lot of neutral fans watching today, the Tigers, this starting 5 right here, every single one of them is multi-purpose on the basketball floor. They can all handle the ball. They can all defend. They can all rebound. And they can really wreak havoc with teams. Somehow Gruber got it, looks ahead, but Gallagher was open for a second. Lizzie kicks it back outside to Brown. She's got a 3. He had to start the quarter, but that one didn't ring in. Lambert dribbles out of trouble.
Taylor trying to sneak up on her.
Open look downtown for Beal, and it'll say Mount Ararat ball.
The Eagles have had a hard time from the outside shooting today at all. Of course, they've only got 13 points, so they haven't done a lot of damage at all underneath either.
Yeah, and if they're not shooting well, with their height, Gary, they don't have anybody in here, of course, against the Tigers with Takatsu and Gruber inside to be much more than one and done. Try to go on Gruber inside, but that was a difficult proposition for Wag. Johnson, the rebound, bounce pass ahead. Gallagher on the fly to Brown. Brown up, can't go, got held. Good fast break by the Tigers. I want to thank you all for your nice comments here. I don't know who gets more enjoyment out of these games, the players or Gary, Dick, and I. Really, huh?
Yep.
Keeps us young. Because Gary is a lot older than I am, as most of you know. So Gary's 70, Dick's 84, and I'll be 70 in a couple of weeks, so.
Hey.
Gary came back at halftime and said they're circulating a list of people that want Dick's job when he's all done.
Yeah, I got tapped on the shoulder by people that said, will you tell Rob I really want Dick's job when he gets done?
Dick is going to outlast us all, Gary. I don't know what anybody's thinking here. Comes McKenna. Coast to coast, puts it up, won't go. There's Lizzie. Lizzie get hit from behind. Yeah, they had to call that. That ball came out funny.
90 anyway.
Yeah.
I told him Rob might be done before Dick.
I think you're right. You and I will. You know, we'll be in the home. I got one of those nose and ear clippers for Christmas. I mean, nothing says report immediately to the home like that for a Christmas present, Gary. I'm
You know
it's time to go to the home. Pack your bags for the home.
You probably just gave Leanne an idea for my birthday.
And that ball just kind of rusting down there, bouncing around. A lot of folks getting pictures today. Big day. The Gardner area high school video production class doing an outstanding job of covering all the athletics here. Jen Clausen, the new teacher in video production. They finally got somebody young that knew what they were doing. They got rid of me.
Ararat's just having a heck of a time getting to that basket.
They put it up, and there comes a knockout.
Like you said earlier, Rob, they're getting one shot and they're done. And you're not going to come back from a score like this on one shot.
Gardner boys playing down at Mount Ararat today. That had a little later start. Yeah, we're not keeping shooting percentage, but it's been a tough one. Here's a nice take and finish by Avery Beal.
5'9" sophomore. As I mentioned earlier, this Ararat team is young. No seniors on this team, full of sophomore and freshmen.
Gallagher, another look. That one's off the front iron.
The only drawback I see with this roster is there's not much height there. They got 5'11" and 5'10". Now that's big. That's big for me, but they really need some more height underneath here.
Well, they like to play a speed game, and you can see that. They can run really well. They handle the ball great. They have great potential, but the issue they're running in here is they're running into a club in the Tigers that, as a veteran team, the Tigers say, okay, how do you want to play today? You want to play up-tempo?
Right.
We'll play with you.
Yeah.
You want to play a half-court game? Match us up underneath. So the Tigers, and that's why they're one of the favorites statewide, Gary, is because they have that capability. Brown went in, got tipped away. Lambert. Kick back outside for three. Ironed up. No. Gruber, another rebound, and there goes Savvy. For two. Well, when you scout the Gardner Tigers, I'm sure many coaches watch the games that we do here. One of the things I'm sure they tell their team, get back on defense because the Tigers will look to run. Gruber's going to look up for that baseball long touchdown pass every single time, and Savvy Brown usually is one of the ones that reads it and releases, and you just saw a perfect example of it right there. The rebound, Gruber looks up, Savvy ahead, baseball pass, there you go. Here comes some pressure by Mount Ararat, Gary.
This is the pressure I thought they would start the game with, but they chose to go man-to-man.
Well, when you pressure the Tigers, too, as we said, everybody handles the ball well. What they typically do is they'll say, okay, I'll get to that thought in a second. Taylor Hawkins outside, no. What the Tigers do to break the press is they give it to Gruber, and they say, okay, take your big and cover ours.
Right.
And you can't because Lizzie will dribble away from them. Popped outside, and there it is again. Touchdown. No. Dropped out. Good follow, though.
That's what I like, that follow up there.
The Brown sisters getting after it, and they keep it alive. Taylor Hawkins with it. What a great hustle play that time. Inside to Gruber. Tipped away off Lizzie.
Emily Brown hustling down there to keep that play alive. Emily is only a sophomore here on the Tiger squad.
Dipped inside, and touch foul called. Going to be on Brown. Let's see what that is on Savvy. I think Savvy's probably got to come out. 3, huh? Yeah, third foul. Well, we want to thank Coach Mike Gray for coming up. It was a couple of weeks ago he came up and said, geez, you guys doing anything on the 14th? we got a 1 o'clock game.
Well,
And
he just made it because he just told me down on the floor he's had COVID all week.
oh, really?
Yeah.
He's been out, huh?
Been out.
Gary, coming off the COVID list, Dick had a little bout of it. I, so far, have been lucky. Some of my family had it, but I think I'm too honorary for COVID. Step through and foul call.
Not sure I quite read that way, but I will not disagree with Mr. Parkhurst.
Been getting some really good officiating all year, the games that we've seen here. Because
Dick mentioned to me before the game started, this would be a good game for 3 officials. In my opinion, in the last month or so, the games have flowed much more fluent with only the 2 officials. Much less foul called, and they've all done a great job. The officiating this year has been fantastic.
And again, they plead with folks, particularly those of you that officiate from the stands. If you're a young person, get involved, learn the game.
Yeah, there's about 12 of them right down here in the end zone.
Nichols kicks it back around. They'll lob it inside to Gruber. And good defensive play down underneath. Tied up, knocked out of bounds. Kaylee Wag, another one of the freshmen. So this is going to be a team to watch in the years. Of course, with the new route, they'll be moving up to Class A, as will Brunswick. Tigers are going to go to Class B next year. And basically, Tigers will be playing most of the same teams.
Yeah, they're basically the same teams. Mount Blue, that scenario there.
Lizzie, soon to be of St. Joseph's in Pennsylvania. But not until she finishes her senior basketball season, her senior year of school, and spring lacrosse. As we said, if you missed our opening, a 3-sport athlete, terrific role model for the kids in this community. Plays the game the right way, student of the game.
I believe she was offered 14 Division I scholarships, and she chose St. Joe down there.
Here goes Gallagher, puts up, knew she was going to get fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. I want to congratulate the Tiger boys on their victory the other night. A really good game. Gary watched from home. Dick and I did that game here with Evan and Chris.
Great game.
It was a great game for the boys. Came out and really grew during the course of that game. Got confidence. Fantastic job. Getting a look at our underneath camera there. Seems to be behaving itself pretty well and doing a good job. Got to figure out how to get one down the other in the gym. And look for it in our college coverage, too. That's the reason we got those. We're going to put those up at Central Maine. Comes Lizzie, kicks it back outside. Gallagher dips it inside to Johnson. Johnson was a little tight off angle.
Yeah,
couldn't get it home. Kelleher in the game number 10 just had the ball outside. Some other players in now. Godo, but it's stolen away. Lizzie going to hold it out. Coach calls a play from the sideline. Want to play one shot, so you want to play the game situation, Gary.
That's right.
Dipped into Lizzie. Lizzie goes up and gets fouled.
And I like the way they set that up for Lizzie.
Lucy Jackson, the junior, on the foul.
First personal foul, 16 foul. Lizzie Gruber, shooting 2.
And a good look at Lizzie. rare foul shot miss. I think Lizzie had 13 of the first 15 points in the game for the Tigers. Right, Dick?
18 now.
How many?
18.
18. And that will do it for third quarter action. You see the score, 42-15. We'll come back. We'll finish this one up here from Gardner. Fourth quarter next from the Jab. Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home. Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you. Fourth quarter action underway. Mount A with the possession. They're going to put it up and off, and you know their shooting percentage just has not been on today as the Tigers have stepped up defensively. Looped up underneath to Carver, rolls out. Nichols with a good feed there, but Carver just rolled it out.
Yeah, Megan needed to use that board.
Popped outside's good. Kennedy Lampert hit from outside. Good quick release by Lampert. McKenna Johnson. McKenna. Tricky dribbles, cuts through, gets it to Carver, and Johnson on the floor again. Emily Grady in the game. Emily's got the ball here. Picks up her dribble, kicks it inside to Carver, back to Grady. And turnover. Wag with the turnover. Allen, left-handed. Tigers out of the gate. Savvy. Watch out for the camera. Down they go. Kind of a collision down there. You see them untangling themselves from that one. So again, it was a quick release by Brown down the floor. She got waylaid.
And you were wondering, the Tigers will graduate 7 seniors this year. But they'll reload from the junior varsity team.
Well, they certainly will reload because both the JVs and the freshmen are undefeated. So we just saw a great JV game. So Mount Ararat is pretty well stacked up as well, talent-wise, as they probably gave our JVs the best game of the year. Went right down to the wire. Yeah. Tigers youth program in terrific shape at the girls level for sure. So some other players getting some time in the gym. This is Ava Hansen, number 23 in the game. Out of bounds.
Karen Nichols in there.
Julianne Allen not able to keep it in. So the pomp and circumstance got completed early as Lizzie scored the first 5 points of the game. To go over 1,000, she needed 4 coming in.
Yeah, this got put away pretty quick.
They'll let some bump and go here. And McKenna, Ragdoll McKenna, as we like to call her. Wholesale changes, line change coming in for the Tigers.
Taylor Hawkins in there. Lizzie Gruber. Taylor Takatsu.
Gardner hasn't scored this quarter yet.
Taylor Hawkins.
Takatsu with the rebound. Ahead to Gallagher. Gallagher, nice pass to Gruber, and Gruber gets fouled.
Beautiful pass by Megan Gallagher.
And Lizzie was on the take and got taken down. Going to see it right here.
Yeah.
I think every time Lizzie goes down, everybody goes.
First point of the quarter.
Well, what she got for points, Dick?
19.
Well, they kind of hoped it would flow naturally with the points that she needed. When we talked to Mike Ray, said, okay, we think it's going to be on this game. You know, if she scores at a normal level. Well, what happened is she went off and scored 39 points the other night. Avery Beal hit a 3. Back the other way, Takatsu. Takatsu couldn't keep it in.
Lizzie's laughing that one off.
Let's stay here with this, Chris, on the inbound, see how it looks with this camera. Comes out high. Now in the corner. Here's the 3.
Oh,
in and out.
Oh.
Running the floor is Lambert. She couldn't get it in. Gallagher's got it. She gets bumped off. Takatsu now. Taylor. Gallagher. Penetrates. Dips it into Lizzie. Gruber goes up and gets hogtied. So a couple of things. We got a lot of folks watching. Let us know how you like the underneath camera here, what you think it adds to it, and as well as newly named Jab, the John A. Bagoli Memorial Gymnasium. We're calling the Jab. I like it.
I like it.
My wife Beth said, "What the heck is the Jab?" I don't know. It's got a nice little pizzazz to it.
Yeah. Well, to some of us, it used to be the popular radio station in Bath, Maine. The big, no, in Portland.
Yeah, they still have the big Jab.
What am I talking about, Ron?
I don't know. You've got to get a double dose of that thought. Remember serum that you have.
Right.
I told you, stay off the milk of amnesia. That's the problem.
Well, sometimes you got to take what you
She
can
got
get.
4.
Fourth foul on Takatsu. It's not going to be consequential here. Taylor's played a terrific game defensively, and I'm going to start calling here. Off the books, Takatsu. She does so many of those little things, Gary, that you don't see in the scoring table. Beth Munsing's chimed in, doesn't like the Jab.
Doesn't like the Jab.
I should have told you thought of it.
I know what you mean on
Gruber out front.
I may hear the same thing when I get home.
Gallagher swoops in, gets fouled. Well, the story of this game is going to be twofold, Gary. I think it's going to be, of course, the pomp and circumstance with Lizzie getting her 1,000-plus point, but also the defensive effort that the Tigers have thrown up here at a very high-scoring Mount Ararat team. And the Eagles, they'll need to regroup. They've got some tough games coming up. They're a young team, and
yeah, this is totally taken me by surprise today. I thought it would be back and forth right through the end of the fourth quarter.
Coach Petra get these kids back on. She's doing a terrific job with this program. And You know, and where the good thing for Mount Ararat, where the Tigers are in the north and they're in the south, they don't have to go through the Tigers.
That's correct.
Postseason. They'll be wrapped up with the Dragons, I assume, down there. And who was it that beat them? Was it Falmouth? Falmouth is also very good. Yeah. Gallagher! What a three. That's a pretty three by Megan. Gary, we're going to cue that one up here. This is a special three because it's not a stationary three. Lizzie says, get out. Here comes Lizzie on the gallop. Goes through traffic, lays it up. They're going to call it on Lizzie. Lizzie goes, I don't think so. But the three by Gallagher here, Gary, is a special three. Watch it. Watch it because it's off the dribble. Watch it.
Yeah, she sits up. Beautiful form. She's got that right hand. Beautiful arc. Rips the nets down and another three. How many points did she have threes tonight?
Who, Gallagher?
Yeah.
Three.
Three threes.
3 threes.
She's got 15 herself.
Well, we can get rid of the suspense on the play of the game because I'll tell you what we're going to do here when we get a second. You know, so often we could give Lizzie an award almost every single game, Gary and I and Dick and Chris and Evan and whoever's here. We talk about that all the time. Well, Lizzie's already got it. Lizzie's already got it, you know.
She's had more pizzas.
Yeah, and, you know, she could open up her own pizza delivery service with all the pizzas that she's got from the various sports. But we try to spread it out. But today, you know what? Here at Muncie Media, we have made an executive decision, Gary, Dick, and I, Chris, and Evan, that we are going to give both awards to Lizzie Gruber. We're going to give her the pizza award, and we're going to give her the drink award because this is a special moment here for Lizzie. So we can already tell you that Lizzie Gruber is the Capsa Pizza player of the game, and I think she would have won it anyway.
Right.
But we're also going to give her the Northeast Nutrition High Energy player of the game, but because, boy, did she come out with high energy in this one as she scored the first 5 points. And she got rid of the pomp and circumstance because, you know why? She wanted to play the game. That's a pretty take and finish. You can see the potential here. That was Allen, the freshman, on a beautiful finish. And she's back with a steal. Savvy got it. Circles the wagons. Out to Gruber. Bree Smith in. Knocked away.
Great time to work some offense and take some time off the clock.
You saw that nice finish by Juliana Allen. Lizzie goes to the bench to an ovation. Serber in the game, up from the JVs.
She's a hustler.
You know, as Coach said, one of the things they're looking for from Serber is to get her some varsity game experience because she's going to be a very important cog next year in this Tiger team. So she's had an outstanding JV season. She deserved the promotion, so I think she's still playing some JV. Rolls around the rim and in. So Lambert. And you can see what's kind of happening here in the game, Gary, as intensity's dropped a little bit. Other kids in the game and all that, and but it's allowing Mount Ararat to show the potential that they really have. They've made some good offensive plays and playing a much better fourth quarter, much better second half. Outside pop there by Beal, kept in bounds, but it came right to Tara Nichols. Savvy Brown running the point right now. Kicks it back outside and out of bounds off Serber. We'll take the timeout. We're back to the jab after this.
As always,
pass the front of the net.
Little things to make you what you are.
0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Sit right here.
Mustang's one of our great sponsors. They're playing today. They're on the road. We'll be back down for Mustang action and UMA action here. as they're back in class starting next week. Our first college game will be Wednesday night as UMA, who have won 10 straight, on a run. We'll be out there at the Augusta Civic Center. Basketball battle. Moose Call Wednesday night, 6 and 8 o'clock, 2 games. So, UMA assistant Pete Dixon in tonight. His brother Cliff watching at home. Hi, Cliff. I hope you're getting a lot better. And Mark Pooler as well. Some of our former Tigers down and out right now.
Yeah.
Wishing you the very best.
Heal quickly, guys.
Popped outside. Won't go. Rebound. Serber's got it. Puts it up. Little shot. And here comes Monet. Off the glass and in. Running right-hander. That was Avery Beal. Stay with us post-game.
Oh, nice pass. That was a beautiful pass.
It was a nice pass from McKenna Johnson into Taryn Nichols. Nichols just had it ring out. Pomelo took it to the hole and got fouled.
Well, this has been really no doubt since the first quarter which way this was headed.
Well, the Tigers got out early, took care of business, Gary. You know, the biggest players in the biggest moments take over, and that's what Lizzie did to start the game. 5 straight points, got the 1,000 out of the way, and then scored 13 out of the first 15 Gardner Tiger points and said, okay, ladies, we're all set. And Mount Ararat doesn't need to feel bad about that. Not many folks have had answers for Lizzie Gruber. I saw Joe Bailey, Channel 8 here, so likely they will have highlights of Lizzie's moment and stay with us after the game. We're going to stay on as long as they do stuff. We're going to send Gary down.
Yep.
Dick will have the final stats. We'll send Gary down on the floor with a microphone, and we're going to turn Gary loose. Just like Art Warren used to turn Gary loose in this gymnasium back in the 60s. I bet Art kept a pretty close rein on you, didn't he, Gary?
Oh, yeah.
Skipped in the corner. Nichols got it inside, back out. Popped outside by Hawkins. No, rebound underneath. Nichols swoops in and gets it too. Kylie Nichols, one of the seniors. You know, Kylie's one of those kids on any other program. She'd be a starter.
That's right.
She would be. And probably Emily Grady as well would be a starter. This is just such a deep Tiger team. But Kylie usually comes in and gives them some instant offense off the bench. We saw it in her past career. And of course, she had the knee injury last year. Worked so hard to come back. We're very proud of Kylie, what she did. Come back from that tough ACL injury. Suffered at the tail end of last year. Worked really hard. Hawkins with it here. Grady. Serber now kind of self-passes. Got Carver. Bounce pass to Carver. Carver's up for 2. And that will be it at the buzzer. So why don't we stay right with this for a second. We'll see what coach is going to tell the team. Oh, it looks like they're going to go to the handshake. So we'll take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll see what we're going to do here post-game. Just stay with us. We're going to stay on as long as things are happening here in the gymnasium. We're back after this.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Don't feel like cooking dinner? Call Caps's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza,
sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
Hi, my name is Shayna Everson, and I'm with the Atlantic Youth Sports, Inc. As a nonprofit athletic program, we strive to develop young people into successful athletes and leaders by focusing on 3 values: confidence, teamwork, and respect. Our programs include basketball, lacrosse, softball, and volleyball. Our vision is continuing to build for the community as we have grown to 10+ teams with 3 other athletic programs and having an opportunity to build a home. And because of your support, we have an outdoor court in West Gardner. Thank you to our volunteers, athletes, and coaches who put in the dedication to create our home. If you would like to donate today, please go to www.aysinc.org/donate and make a difference tomorrow.
We're back here. Underneath, you can see the crowds are milling about. We'd like to talk to Lizzie, Coach, if we could. Gary's going down. Yes. Thank you.
Good job, Mike.
We're coordinating here with Coach Gray. We're trying to get Lizzie Gruber set, and Gary's working his way down the floor. We're taking a look at some of the post action here down underneath the basket as we wait for Dick to finish tallying up. Dick will let me know, and we'll go to the final stats when we do that. Final stats brought to you by the Gardner All Sports Boosters Club. So Tigers win it handily, 53-35. Heard Coach Gray telling his team, hey, listen, we just beat a really good team. A really good team. And this is a big win for the Gardner Tigers point-wise as well. Really should solidify their number 1 position. Did Gary see you? We're trying to get this, I guess.
Mike said he was going to give this to Lizzie. You want me to give that to...
I think Gary's working downstairs here. And he's getting set with his microphone. And as soon as Gary's set down on the floor, we'll take it right down there to that. He's got Lizzie Gruber. She of the 1,000 rebounds and 1,000 points now.
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, Gary testing his mic. We're good. And are you on that shot, Evan? Okay. So as soon as Chris takes that, we'll go downstairs to Gary Verhill. Getting our graphic ready.
Hey, Lizzie, I'm here to congratulate you on your 1,000th point.
Thank you.
And also another win tonight. What's it feel like?
It feels great. I mean, this is something I've been working for a long time,
Yes.
and I'm super excited, and my teammates are really happy for me. I have a great teammate around me, so yeah, it feels awesome.
You did, and you're looking for the rest of the season to win the tournament, and play the same way you're playing right now.
Yeah, there's definitely a playoff atmosphere here.
Was you a little surprised how soft Mount Ararat came out a little? Or I thought, you guys are just fired up. Is that what happened?
Yeah, it might have been that. We might have just been really fired up today. It was really great today.
Rob and I were talking up there. It was like a machine that first quarter and so forth. So now you got to go on. Who we got next?
We play... Ooh, I don't even know. I just got to show up and then tell me to.
That's a good attitude, right? So 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds. I've been here for 71 years, and I've never seen a performance that you've given, and I thank you. I was up there earlier, and I little tears came to my eyes. And we got the award, so
that's great.
You've been a favorite of mine. It's going to hurt next year not to see you after 4 years.
Yeah, it's going to be hard not to be here with my girls, but I mean, we've had a great time, and I'm ready to step up and be a Hawk now.
Yeah, well.
Not yet, though. I'm not going anywhere yet.
No, we got to bring a trophy here now.
Yeah.
So maybe sometime next year we can get a big screen here and show one of your games at halftime.
That would be awesome. That would be great.
So, but you got a great, where are they? Some great teammates that really contribute to your success to make you be able to do what you want. Taylor is a big asset underneath there to help you and so forth. But from Munzing Media, we just want to say congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you guys. And thank you guys for doing this as well. It means a lot to my family. And having Munzing Media, it's one of the best broadcasting in the state by far.
Well, Rob and I have been watching you for 4 years, and it's sad as we see certain girls come and go. So thank you very much for all the entertainment you've given us on the basketball floor. And we're right there with you all the way through. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stay for your tournament in Augusta because I got plans earlier. But I'll be watching you. So from all of us at Munzing Media, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. You guys have been great. Thank you.
Thanks.
It was good to see you again.
I need some.
Well, that was a great interview with Lizzie down there. You can see how humble she is, Dick, and she's the embodiment of a true student athlete, honor roll student, terrific role model for kids her own age, her peers, and she's like a Pied Piper for the little kids. And when you see things going on around, she's at the little kids' basketball games. They flock to her, Dick, and she treats them royally. And it's just a tremendous accomplishment that she's had here today. And congratulations to Lizzie and her family as you see them down there. So let's bring Dick's mic up here as we get set for the final stats, of which Lizzie will be a vital feature of. So let's go to the post game with Dick Layton. Dick?
Great game for Lizzie. 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 21 points. A great game. Mount Ararat, I thought Rob played very tentative. They didn't get the ball into their big score hardly at all, and stayed outside a lot, missed a lot of shots. And
yeah, I think
until they came in the fourth quarter when Lizzie was out and some of the other sides were out, they did come on some, but it was too late at that point. So 53-35 will go to Mount Ararat. And the big scorer, I was a little surprised with her, Callie Pomelo. She was very highly touted, and she only got 6 points.
Yeah, just a young kid there in a big game. You can see the potential.
With 3, Ava Hansen with 3, Julian Allen with 5. Kenny Lampere came through in the fourth quarter. She had 7 and 9 for Avery Beal for their 35 points. They did. As I mentioned, Rob, they were, for a Class A team, I did think they came out a little soft out there, and they had 16 turnovers. Gardner only had 10. We'll go to Gardner, because Lizzie Gruber with her big production with the 21 points. She had all the points, and most of the 13 of the 15 points in the first quarter, and they get her fifth point got her the 1,000 points, which is good. Tyra Nichols had 2. Megan Giver had 2. Megan Gallagher with 15, some 3 threes out from her. Taylor Takatsu, not too many points for, but she rebounded well, made some steals. Good ball player out there. So, and Savannah Brown with 7 points. Gardner, 53-35 win. I'm not sure of the record now. I think it's 11-0, isn't it, Rob? I'm not somewhere in there.
Yeah, 10-0, I believe.
10-0. Okay. I'm not.
Okay.
Mount Ararat's lost 1.
Thank you, Dick. Let's go back downstairs to Gary Verhill.
Okay.
Gary's got an interview.
Oh, we good? Okay.
Hey guys, I've got McKenna Johnson down here talking over. What's your feelings like after a game like that?
Pretty excited, especially for Lizzie. She got her 1,000 points, but we knew it was going to be a big game, and we just had to come out and do our thing.
However, she wouldn't have got the 1,000 points without the help from you.
I know, right?
Everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did you think about Mount Ararat when they started off the game? Did you think they were a little slack? Do you think they was going to press you, or how did you think they were going to come out at you?
We knew they were going to come out strong, and we just had to be stronger.
Stronger?
Yep.
And you were stronger.
Yep.
Came right out and made a statement, and Lizzie scored those 13 points right off the bat to keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was one of you girls' better games.
For sure.
You played really well. There wasn't a lot of fouls there.
Yeah, got a little chippy though.
You know, that's one of the best teams in the Class A South.
Right.
And for you girls to come out and play the way you did says a lot.
Right.
So, what are we going to look forward to?
The rest of the season. Hopefully we can go to Lawrence and pick up another win against them. Skowhegan is our senior night, so hopefully we can just keep it rolling and keep putting points on the board.
Yeah, well, I want to say it's been a joy watching you.
Thank you.
Last 4 years.
I know, right? Freshman year. It's crazy.
So Rob and I have been, we get a little teary-eyed. We'd see some of you guys.
Last year.
Yeah. So.
Crying up there.
Yeah, especially Rob. That's why he won't come down and do these things, because
We'll miss you guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I want to thank you, hon.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
And hopefully it'll be a state championship.
Right, I hope so. That's our goal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Gary and McKenna Johnson downstairs here. So, Dick, a day of pomp and circumstance, certainly here from the John A. Bagoli Memorial Gymnasium. And, it's one of those times that nobody really wants to leave the gym, Dick. I can remember a few moments like this after winning state championship football games down at Bowdoin College. You just stay around, and you stay around. And, bigger things ahead now for the Tigers. I think this is a situation where, this came at a good time. Okay, you still got some games to play down the stretch. They've got the big game, the rematch against the team that gave them the best game of the season so far in Lawrence. So they have to go to Fairfield, which is hostile territory. That'll be a great time for the Tigers to really get tournament tested, although this team's played in a lot of tournament games. But that'll be a tournament-type atmosphere, so that'll be really good for them, I think.
And they play well, Rob. There's we can't stop our play with this team that's not any good like the other night. So they play like they play every game,
Well, they've certainly got a good run going here, and we were pleased to be able to bring you this special moment here from Gardner Area High School. The 1,000-plus points for Lizzie Gruber, 1,000 rebounds from the other day. She's a 1,000 person, and there aren't too many of those in the history of Maine girls high school basketball. And congratulations to Lizzie. She wins both of our awards here today. Congratulations to Coach Mike Gray and the rest of the team on a big victory over Mount Ararat here. And we'll remind you, we've got some hockey action coming up on Monday. We'll have our next game here from the Bank of Maine. Is it the Bank of Maine? What is it now? Bank of Maine Ice Vault. Yeah, they changed that name a bit ago. So we'll be at the Ice Vault. Coney Gardner Hockey. That'll be a 1:30 game on Monday, and that's the holiday. So come out and root the Tigers on there. If you can't make it, we'll have the game for you. Rob Kennedy will be along with the call on that one, along with Chris and me. So until then, for all of us at Munzing Media, congratulations, Lizzie. Go Tigers. We'll see you Monday from the Ice Vault.